All right, guys, week 3 is in the books. We're going to talk about that right away. We're also going to get into the news, tell you about the injuries, and then we're going to look ahead to week 4 and see how this week's looking. Let's go. All right. Welcome to the show. This is the Frankly Fantasy Football Podcast. We are your hosts, Frankie and Johnny. Welcome in, man. Week 3, baby. Holy shit. Absolutely bad. Brutal.
Hey, man. Week 1 was a liar. Week 2 is dangerous. Week 3.
Yeah, week 3, I just want to go to bed. Give me a glass of wine and a Vicodin. I want to go back to sleep. Okay? I want to wake up tomorrow and just not realize this nightmare. I actually got lucky and avoided most of the injuries here, but I don't know. How'd you do, man? I know you got killed in one league.
CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's hurting. Mike Evans is hurting me. We're going to name a few others, but boy, oh boy, it is one of and James Conner. It's just one of those things, man.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please follow us on social media, guys. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and it's all Frankly Fantasy Football. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the episode, guys. Hit the notification bell on YouTube, guys. It's going to tell you every week when these episodes come out. We're dropping them on either Tuesday nights, Wednesday mornings. Also, don't forget, guys, when you're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Reels, you're going to see every week Frankie's going to put out his waiver wire pickups of the week.
That's right.
And then you got Fridays with Frankie on Fridays. He's going to give you the top 5 things you need to know before going into the weekend. It's going to be who's starting, who's sitting, who's playing, who's hurt. Love it, man. Valuable information. Make sure you join us, guys. Frankly Fantasy Football. Okay, today, guys, we are going to get into the week 3 recap. We're also going to talk about some news and notes, and then we're going to look at week 4 here, guys. We got some really interesting matchups and some guys that we weren't expecting to be in the top 10 in fantasy football. And we're going to talk about some of these guys here. So, Frank, let's get into week 3 here, man. What happened last week? I mean, Jesus, defense fucking rules. I mean, that's...
Defense.
My God, I have never seen such dominant defensive performances. I mean, I was at the edge of my seat just going, holy shit. The picks, the pick sixes, the touchdowns, the blocks. I mean, let's look at a few things here, man. I mean, we had 9 non-offensive touchdowns, 4 pick sixes, 4 pick sixes. You never see that. Fumble return for a touchdown. 5 turnovers for the Bengals and the Patriots each. Each of them had 5 turnovers. Unbelievable. And then 4 blocked kicks. Get this, Frank. 4 blocked kicks, all in the fourth quarter. Okay, huge implications here. The most blocked kicks in a single day since 1991.
Incredible.
What a cool stat.
Incredible. I mean, hey, man, if you had the Vikings defense, if you had the Eagles defense, if you had the Steelers defense, let me tell you, they certainly propelled you to win if you had those guys. I mean, it was incredible, man.
You know, I saw people losing their fantasy games because the defense they played against got 35 points. Oh, it's so gross. Let me tell you something, guys. If you can get rid of kickers and defenses, we did this in our big family league, 14-team league. I love it. I absolutely love it because you don't have this bullshit. Block kicks. Can you imagine if you lost your fantasy league because you got -2 or -3 points out of a blocked kick from your kicker? Just gross, man. I mean, it's shit you cannot predict or expect, and it can kill you in fantasy. Oh, so my recommendation, get rid of the defenses, guys, because shit like this will crush you. Speaking of defenses, man, and the top defenses of the week, how about the Browns defense? I mean,
elite.
Listen, man, I know the Browns are a joke, and, you know, they're the butt of all these jokes and all of this, but, I mean, the Browns have a championship defense with a middle school offense.
Literally.
That's what's happening right now. Like, seriously. So what do we do next week? Real quick, we'll take a look. Lions, Browns.
I mean, John, you got to fire up the line. I mean, what we just saw from David Montgomery, 12 rushes for 151 yards.
You're not going to stop. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But guys, daily fantasy, like if we're talking DFS here, be mindful. Like, right, we mentioned it last week. Yes, you're starting Josh Jacobs, but level set expectation, because if he doesn't score, which he was lucky to score that touchdown. And that's not me saying it from a Browns fan. I'm saying that strictly from how everything kind of unfolded. He was very lucky. I mean, you look at John from the Browns standpoint, held Chase Brown to 43 yards, held Derrick Henry to 23 yards, held Josh Jacobs to 30 yards. Guys, these are all powerhouse offenses. Well, now the Bengals aren't because Joe Burrow's hurt, but at the time they were. And so for me, man, yes, you're still starting Jameer. Yes, you're still starting David Monty, but in DFS, there's better options elsewhere just to be safe.
Can't believe we're saying that. But
crazy.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Interesting stat here, Frankie. I just wanted to point out to you here. Travis Hunter, wide receiver, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, rookie sensation, played more defensive snaps this week than offensive snaps. He had 41 defensive snaps, 35 offensive snaps. What do you think about that? What do you think about Travis Hunter right now? What are you doing there?
Hot take. He is not startable in fantasy football right now if you are not counting defensive opportunities. Now, if you're picking actual player positions and things like that, then yes, he's at a premium, of course. But if you're not, like most leagues are, guys, you cannot start him right now. It's just not something. Guys, he hasn't had over 30 yards or 33 yards receiving yet this year. And we're talking he's receiver 2 on this team. With BTJ being down at this point. So for me, man, yeah, it's totally wild to say this, but you can't start Travis Hunter right now.
I agree. Another person you can't even think about starting. In fact, the only person really on this team you can play is Nico Collins. CJ Stroud has not thrown for over 250 yards since week 11 of last year. Brutal.
It's
crazy. Absolutely brutal, man. I mean, how do you see a fall from grace from his rookie year to these last 2 years? I mean, this is a trend now. This is what's normal. Now we see his rookie year as kind of being a fluke and a freak thing.
Sure. Definitely.
I mean, 100%. Statistically, it is.
You have to be in that camp. And again, we're Ohio State fans. And for me, man, this hurts. But then you look at the full body of work. Even when he had the ability in the pocket, he's missing some of these throws. Now, again, those have been few and far between, in terms of his offensive line has been terrible. So when he's had that opportunity, he's been flustered. And when he hasn't, I mean, we're seeing him get destroyed. We're seeing them stack the box on Nick Chubb. We're seeing them say, go ahead. These defenses, go ahead and try to throw because we're going to come at your offensive line. It's bad, man. I mean, dare I say, they're the second worst offensive line behind the Bengals.
I agree, and all they have to do is just blanket Nico.
Yeah.
Who else is going to kill him at this point? Nobody.
Not Kirk.
Nobody.
Not Higgins. No. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. Well, speaking of they have the second worst offensive line. Let's talk about the worst offensive line here. Panic at the Disco, baby.
Wow.
The Cincinnati Bengals panic at the Disco. I mean, offensive line's poop. It's absolute poop. I don't care if they make a trade. I don't care if they make an offer for Kirk Cousins. He's going to die. I mean, it's just the offensive line is poop, man. Tee Higgins.
He gone.
Is he? The only place I've seen Tee Higgins is on a milk carton. He's gone. He's missing. I don't know where he is. I think he's been trafficked. We need to find. Is he on the Epstein list? He's gone. Right. I don't know where the hell he is. Yeah, he's like one of these celebrities that's on the Diddy list or something. He moved to France and he's hiding out.
He's gone.
I don't know where the hell.
2 targets, John, 2 targets in the most positive game script you could possibly have. And it's 2 targets. Yeah. That's awful, man.
And now I'm joking about it and all this stuff with all the funny comments or whatever. Right. But I mean, realistically, what do we do? I had the Joe Burrow, Tee Higgins step. Obviously, I dropped Joe Burrow trying to stream quarterbacks there. Do I continue starting Tee Higgins? I mean, this is a 3 receiver, 1 flex league. So I kind of have to. But my God, I mean, at this point, you've got to look for better options. There has to be other options. Until he's getting 5-6 targets, how can you possibly throw him out, right?
Right. John, you're 100% right. Guys, listen, if you have Tee Higgins, you are in purgatory hell right now because you got him at a premium value. More than likely, you drafted him 3rd, 4th, 5th round. You need him to play, and you don't have enough from him for a tradable asset. Guys, here is the key. When he pops off, just trust me on this. When he pops off, package him together with another player and trade him. Get him off of your team. Try to get another stellar piece, receiver 3, receiver 2 option that you can then actually have playable. Because right now, man, yes, the Vikings defense is very good, But when you look at the Bengals and who they're playing, I mean, they still got to go through the Ravens multiple times, the Steelers multiple times, the Browns again, and a lot of these other top tier defenses. Guys, nothing is going to change for the offensive line unless there's something crazy that happens, that they have a come to Jesus moment, and all of a sudden now they're locking arms and they're fighting as a unit, which I don't see that happening. I honestly see them kind of folding, John, and just chalking this year up to it is what it is, because Burrow's not going to come back. Why would you rush him back? They need to go back to the well and try to get this offensive line rebuilt in the offseason. And I know it's crazy to say that, knowing we're bleeding into week 4, but it's just the reality, man. And what we're seeing from Browning is he's nowhere near where they need him to be in order for it to even be effective. And so for me, man, yeah, guys, wait till Tee Higgins pops. There will be a pop in one of these games coming up. After that, trade his ass.
What about Chase Brown? I mean, look at Chase Brown's last 3 weeks. This is a round 2 guy who we were super high on. Now, obviously, we were planning on the passing game being a monster attack, one of the best in the NFL with Burrow and Chase and Higgins. But, now that that's gone, this team is very one-dimensional. Look what it's done to Chase Brown, man. I mean, you look at, the past 3 weeks here, 43 yards rushing, 47 yards rushing. Last week, Frank, week 3, he had 10 carries for 3 yards, man.
Awful.
3 yards, man. I mean, and it's not like he's involved in the passing game. 8 yards, 18 yards, 17 yards. He hasn't eclipsed more than 63 total yards. Actually, yeah, it's right around that area. About 65 yards is what he hasn't eclipsed combined yet this year. It's absolutely bananas. And what you're saying, in a vacuum, what you're saying is correct. Let's look at reality as well. When you're looking at, do I start Tee Higgins? Do I start Chase Brown? What do I do with this team? Let's actually look at the schedule. At Denver, Detroit, at Green Bay, Pittsburgh, the Jets, Chicago, bye. It must get better after the bye. Just hang on, guys, a few more weeks. Everything will be fine. Oh, wait, at Pittsburgh, New England, at Baltimore, at Buffalo, Baltimore. Dude, it's brutal.
It's brutal.
It's not going to get better for these guys. I mean, it really isn't. They're going to have to do something, unless they're just going to punt. But, for fantasy, it's brutal. We're going to have to see how this team develops and what changes they make, because as of right now, you're right. Tee Higgins has one good game at all, and he's gone. I'm going to trade him for a tight end. I'll trade him for any piece I can get, man.
And John, what's crazy when you're talking about that schedule coming up, and when you're talking about Chase Brown, guys, you know what this reminds me of? And we were high on Chase Brown, like obviously with Burrow and the way he was able to stretch the field and the way he was able to make things happen for Chase Brown, etc. This reminds me of Travis Etienne after he had that bomb season to where he was a top 6, top 7 fantasy back. Right, we're riding high. We're coming back. We're even having a would you rather between him and Derrick Henry. And here's all the reasons why for Travis Etienne. Guys, this is what we're seeing live time for Chase Brown. And so again, just as what I'm saying for Tee Higgins, it may be worse. It may actually be worse for Chase Brown. And because, right, like the reality is if he's getting stuffed by a lot of these teams and you're telling me that now he's got to go to Denver with that offensive line, and then you go to Detroit, right? And you go to all these the Steelers. I mean, dude, this isn't great. And so again, guys, I'm level setting. If I'm level setting expectation, you got it. And I get it. Chase Brown's going to be a little bit more difficult because you probably got him in the second round. And so you anchored your team. There were certain guys that also did a 0 RB strat when keeper league, shout out Matt McGlone, who we've had on, who kept him in the 8th round from last year, who's in absolute miserable hell. So guys, you got to hold strong right now. But the reality is if he starts popping off, you might have to make that really difficult decision as well. Do I offset him and get somebody else, maybe get 2 pieces, or do you want to ride and stay in the flames? And that's something that we're going to have to see.
All right, real quick, talk to me about Ja'Marr Chase.
Got to keep.
What do we got to hold him, right?
Got to hold. You got to hold, guys, because here's what it is. His ceiling's gone. His receiver 1 overall ceiling is gone. Let's play in the realm of reality here. However, he could still certainly be a top 15 receiver. Like, I don't think that that's even remotely close to off the table. And John, I know this is like perfect because we're going to talk about who the top receivers are really from 3 to 7. And you're going to be like, what the fuck are you even saying to me? But the reality is Ja'Marr Chase is still there, but he's the only one. And again, I don't really see him maybe one game or 2 games. I don't see him having those 30-point weeks like we saw last year and the year before, and that sucks because he's so dominant. So you got to keep him, and you got to hope that you're building better pieces around him.
We just talked about that brutal schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
he did have a 30-point week in week 2. That was
Yep.
against Jacksonville. You know, that's against Jacksonville. He was the wide receiver 3. But before that, wide receiver 77. And last week, wide receiver 44. Chase, in my mind, could be one of those guys. If you've lost Connor, you lost Eckler, you lost running backs here,
Yeah.
and you need to make a move to try to pick a running back up. I mean, Jamar Chase, if he has a great game and, you know, scores a touchdown, get you 70 yards or something, I would look to move him if you can. If your receiver depth allows you to move Jamar Chase, maybe you got lucky on the waiver wire, maybe somebody you drafted 7th, 8th round, maybe you got a guy like Quentin Johnston that you can play, you know, that you weren't expecting to start. You might want to make a move when he does actually pop off. Just because of the name value,
Yeah.
you're going to get a little more value than you should for Jamar Chase. Just look at the numbers. You look at the schedule. You look at what's happening. You look at the offensive line and the quarterback. Whew. I mean, that's a guy I'd be saying not to start on most teams if it's anyone else besides Jamar Chase. But yeah, I mean, take a look at that, guys. I mean, we're going to have to be monitoring this. We're probably going to talk about it every week. Is this the week
Yeah.
to move Jamar? Is this the week to move Tee Higgins? Is this the week to move Chase Brown? We're going to be probably talking about that week after week here, guys. The other team, I would say total panic, but the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are struggling, dude. I mean, at this point, you know, what do you do with Dak? I mean, you really, if you drafted the Dak CD stack, what do you do?
Guys, for me, I'm sitting Dak. It's just what it is. You got to sit Dak until CD comes back. Now, thank the Lord, it's a high ankle sprain, and I know a lot of times we're like, that sucks. But what we're seeing is a lot of guys being put on IR and out for season. So when comparatively speaking, if CeeDee Lamb ends up missing 2-3 weeks, you're okay. You're like, okay, if I can at least go 1-2, or if I can go 1-1, or if I can go 2-1, you're really happy with that without CeeDee Lamb. But if you have Dak right now, guys, sit him. There's other people. Look at, yes, I get it, recency bias, because when you look at week 2, you're like, you're a liar. But Geno Smith, right? Week 2 was terrible, but that's because of the team he was playing against, man. It was a brutal defensive game, and he looked like dog shit, and it was that late night, Monday night game against the Chargers, and what we're finding out, Chargers are damn good. Chargers are a top 3 AFC team, and I don't think there's anything to debate that. But then you look at what Geno Smith plays this week, and he goes off for 3 tuds, over 250 yards, looking great. And so for me, man, I think that there's other players out there. You're going to have to go matchup by matchup. That's what's going to happen. If you drafted Dak as your QB1, you got to go matchup by matchup here, but there are other options.
I mean, how about the quarterback 3 right now, which Caleb Williams?
Caleb
You know,
Williams. Great.
You could stream Caleb Williams, yeah. How about the quarterback 4 on the year right now, which is Daniel Jones?
Crazy.
How about the quarterback 6 right now, which is Drake May? So, guys, I think the point is, you've got Geno Smith at 11, Aaron Rodgers at 12. There are options. There are other options. And, yeah, I think you're just going to have to look elsewhere until CD gets back, guys. Really, the only guys on this team you're starting, I'm even hesitant with Javonte Williams at this point, Frank, because the game scripts are probably not going to allow Javonte Williams to get that much volume. I mean, you're looking at George Pickens, which, hey, good for you. If you got him, he's going to be a target monster. Fire his ass up. These next couple of weeks is where he's going to return all his value for you.
Ferguson.
And Jake Ferguson. Yeah, Turd Ferguson. Get him out there. It's just a matter of bodies and targets, and they're going to get them. All right, Frank, we talked about this. I want to talk about just some surprise finishes. Talked a little bit about quarterbacks there. I want to talk to you about the receivers here, Frank. Just looking at, the top 10 receivers. You got Puka, you got Amon-Ra. You're like, yeah, okay, they were expected. That's 1 and 2. Excellent. 3 through 7, Frank. I just want to touch base with you here, man. Number 3 is Rome Odunze. Number 4, Trey Tucker. Number 5, Quentin Johnston. 6, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And number 7 is Keenan Allen. I mean, this is obviously the top 10 receivers that we put out prior to the draft, right? That's what we were talking about.
Top 10
Talk to me about
rankings.
that. I mean, what stands out to you in that list, man? I mean, that's just bananas.
I mean, for absolutely, for sure, Trey Tucker. And I say that because
Akron boy, let's go, man.
Boy, CVCA, let's go.
Hometown hero, let's go, baby.
Trey. Love to see it, but is it real? We have to see it again. Not to that level. I'm not saying a 40-point game, but I'm saying the 9 targets. And guys, what we're seeing, Trey Tucker, here's what he's done the last 2 weeks. And this is what's interesting. 8 targets in week 2, 3 receptions, 12 yards. 9 targets in week 3, 8 receptions, 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. Guys, what I'm saying is if we keep seeing Trey Tucker with 8, 7, 9, 10 targets, you got to play him. You got to play him in your flex. He's getting all of the opportunity and then some, and he's their deep threat. And so for me, that's super surprising because not that he's their deep threat, but that the guy's putting up 4 touchdowns in 3 weeks, that's surprising to me. And so we got to see if there's something to continue to replicate on a week-to-week basis there. But the other man, for me, yes, I could hang my hat on Keenan Allen. That's not where I'm going. I'm going with Rome Odunze because his consistency is wild. Guys, we're talking even back half of last year bleeding into this year. That's where kind of the hype started coming from, right? It's like, oh shit, there's something there with Rome. And then all of a sudden now this year, guys, here's what we're seeing. 9 targets week 1, 11 targets week 2, 7 targets week 3. So far, he has 16 total receptions. And guys, he has 4 touchdowns as well in the first 3 weeks. And those aren't fly-by-night touchdowns. Guys, these are absolutely dissections of what Caleb Williams is doing to the defenses and going to Rome Odunze as his number 1 target. DJ Moore is not his number 1 target. And I think we need to say that outright with our chest out and be real about it. It's not that guy. He's not that guy this year. Maybe he could end up coming along and truly being a 1A, 1B. Right now, he is receiver 2 on that Chicago Bears team. It is Rome Odunze as true receiver 1. And honestly, man, I'm here for it. So to see him at receiver 3, for me, is mind-blowing.
It is. He's getting the separation. I mean, he's open on every play. I've been watching him because I was wondering, is this real? Is he just kind of filling in because DJ Moore's being blanketed? And is it the defensive scheme? He's the deep threat. He's the short sideline outlet. I mean, he's kind of doing it all. Caleb is looking for this. So 100% fire him up, man. I mean, until further notice, we don't even need to talk about Rome Odunze. Just get him on your starting lineup and feel good about it. All right, Frankie, let's get to the news, baby.
The season 2,000 yards that he just doesn't expect. Absolutely lost. Football.
News and notes.
All right, get the bell out, Frankie. Unfortunately, we're going to hear the bell a few times here, man. Bring out your dad. Okay. James Conner, running back for the Arizona Cardinals, guys. He's going to have ankle surgery. They haven't committed to it, but he's likely missing the rest of the season. So he's done. Get that bell. Oh, man. And we were just talking about how good he's been, how important he is to that offense, how good he is out of the backfield receiving. But we also did talk about he will miss some games. We didn't think it was going to be the whole season, but we did say last week especially, pick up Trey Benson. He's a guy who could be very good for you down the stretch. If, Conner misses 3, 4, 5 games this year, Benson, could be a top 10 running back for you. All right, well, here we go. I mean, Trey Benson, Frankie, talk about it a little bit here, man.
Here we go. I mean, Trey Benson, guys. So again, we've talked about this guy since his rookie year. He was so dominant at Florida State. He finally gets the opportunity. What's really cool for me, man, even in the midst of all this situation, is the post that he did in honor to James Conner. It's basically like, and I'm paraphrasing, but really cool post, picture of him and James Conner, and it was like, I got your back, brother. And I'm paraphrasing that, but it was something along those lines. And dude, I really think that we could see finally what we all saw in college and what we had, glimpses of, very few, but a few glimpses of his rookie year. And for me, man, looking at what his, they're playing Thursday night against Seattle. This is not going to be an easy game by any means for Arizona, knowing how well Seattle as a whole is playing, but also their defense as well. So for me, man, I think that we could see Trey Benson be really nice out of the backfield from a receiving perspective. Dare I say, it could be a lesser version of poor man's Chase Brown for what we were expecting walking into this year. I think that could be Trey Benson's ceiling. So for me, guys, hop on the bandwagon. Let's see what happens from Trey Benson's standpoint. He's not a scrub. But also keep in mind, there's also DeMarcado that's on this team as well. So he might be an interesting pickup, guys, that you can get off the waiver wire if Trey Benson's gone, just in case, if Trey Benson does not work out, if or something like that. Because we have seen DeMarcado actually provide some fantasy value in the past. So, there might be a little bit of a 1-2 kind of punch here, but it's definitely going to be Trey Benson's show.
They could have DeMarcado out there. He could get a lot of passes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him getting 4, 5, 6 targets.
Totally.
Which would bring fantasy value for you. No question about it. All right, bring out the bell again, Frankie. Another bell, man. I said it was this week, guys. It's rough. Najee Harris finally gets back on the field after his eye injury in the offseason. Najee Harris has a torn Achilles. He is going to miss the season. I mean, this is not good. I mean, J.K. Dobbins is really one of the only guys I've seen really successfully come back from an Achilles. I mean, at his age, this could be the end for Najee Harris. I'm not sure. How long was his contract? Was it a 1-year contract?
1 year. It was a 1-year deal, which really sucks.
Yeah, that's tough, man. All right, but let's take a look at a positive, though, here. Amari and Hampton. Let's go.
This
is what we were waiting on, guys. This is what we were waiting on. 2 tough weeks for Amari and Hampton to start off the year. Week 3, he comes out. While he's got the carries, he needs volume. Amari and Hampton's a volume guy. With a split backfield, it was going to be rough. I was ready to sit Amari and Hampton if he wasn't going to get it done this week. But now that he's getting the carries, he needs the volume. This is a team that will run through the teeth, and then drop a deep bomb to Quentin Johnston. So he needs to continue getting that to actually pop one out, squirt out through the middle there. But yeah, I mean, Amari and Hampton, I was nervous. Fire him up. All, guns a-blazing. Let's go. CeeDee Lamb, Frankie, he's going to miss a few weeks there, man. It's a high ankle sprain. It's typically a 2 to 4 week thing. You're going to have to watch it every week, guys. But yeah, it's not great. But the good news is you will get him back. It shouldn't really affect the rest of the season. But Pickens and Ferguson, man, fire them up. Those are the guys to go with. Yeah, those are the only guys I'm starting right now from the Cowboys, like we said. Another one here, Mike Evans. Oh, man, this one's rough too. Mike Evans left the game with a hamstring injury. Everything's saying that he could go on the IR. It didn't look good. Hamstrings are tough to predict.
Yeah.
There's a wide range of severity there. This one looked a little rougher than what you normally see, so he could potentially go on IR. Good news is Chris Godwin could play this week, and boy, do they need him.
Big time.
But man, I think the story is Emeka Egbuka. Frank,
so
good. Is that Odell Beckham out there catching balls? I mean,
Seriously.
Did you see the one-handed grab he had? Didn't even use his other hand, brought it down like it was nothing. This guy's incredible. I mean, I wanted him to be my champion, and I took T-Mac instead, and I should have taken Egbuka. He's proven it, man. Absolute stud. For the value, you drafted him in round 6, 7, something like that for Egbuka? Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, this is major keeper written all over Egbuka here. All right, let's keep going here. Frank, Terry McLaurin. I don't know. A lot of people didn't even know this one here. Terry McLaurin left the game with a quad injury. We're going to have to watch the practice reports, guys, because it doesn't look great. I'm not hearing a ton of information about it, but keep an eye on that. We could be without Terry McLaurin this week, guys. Tyrone Tracy, running back for the New York Football Giants, left with a shoulder injury. We're looking at 2 to 4 weeks is what it's looking like right now for Tyrone Tracy. Hey, Cam Scatterboo.
Bring him out.
Talk about him, man. Bring him out. Talk about Cam Scatterboo, man. I love watching this guy run.
I mean, you know what's funny is he's seriously, man, a mix of Mike Allstott and I can't even find the other guy, but there's just something there. It's almost like Mike Allstott meets Peyton Hillis. And I'm not just throwing out white, big running backs, but it's just the way, the style, the meanness that he plays with. And dude, he looks good. We're
Really
not just talking about the rushing or the receiving. Check out his pass blocking. And I know that sounds ridiculous. Guys, he's taking on linebackers. He's taking on defensive ends. He's taking on blitzing safeties, and he is wrecking them. And he's enjoying it. It's wild. And so for me, man, I think that this is the opportunity for him to then finally step up. Guys, we talked about it when we were doing our rookie review, and I got a ton of shit for basically saying that Cam Scatterboo, in my opinion, is the best pass catching back out of this particular rookie class from a running back standpoint, and I got destroyed. Guys, look at what he's done. Look at the routes that he's doing. Again, I mentioned the game when Arizona State played Texas last year in the playoffs. This isn't a fluke. This is who Cam Scatterboo is, and it's time to get on that train, guys, because this is exactly what the New York Giants need. They need Cam Scatterboo, and damn it, man, they need Jackson Dart. and then you got Malik Neighbors, and we're going to see a very young offense slowly start to grow together. I'm not saying that they're going to come out here and light the world on fire, but I'm saying Cam Scatterbo has the ability to put double-digit points up every week. And I'm also saying that Malik Neighbors is, in my opinion, a true top 5 receiver in the NFL. And then you bring in Jackson Dart, who they traded up to get in the first round, who set all of the records for Ole Miss. Guys, there's something special brewing in the Giants right now, and it's hard to see kind of the forest through the trees. But trust me when I say this, there is something here, and it's really exciting.
Well, the nice thing about Scatterbo and why I like him so much, he's game script proof.
Yes.
You know, if they actually, for some reason, they get up in a game and they're running the ball, that's great for him too. But most likely, they're going to struggle in a lot of these games, man. I mean, they just are.
Yep.
And that's great for Cam Scatterbo because he's going to get the passes out of the backfield. And I know when you say he's got great pass protection, people will be like, it's fantasy football. Who gives a shit about that? The point is, he's going to be on the field.
Exactly.
Always.
Exactly.
They don't have to pull him off and put somebody else who can do pass
Right.
protection. He'll be on the field and he'll be an outlet. You'll see him blocking. You'll see him chipping and turning around for an outlet catch. There's going to be a lot of that. So, man, fire him up. Yeah, I think he's a must start right now.
8 targets, 6 receptions, 61 yards from Cam Scatterbo this past
Love
week.
it, man. Keep going, boo. You my boo.
You my boo.
All right, Mac Jones. Let's go over to the 49ers here in San Francisco. Mac Jones, aggravated PCL injury is what he's got going on. Brock Purdy is expected to practice this week, and it looks like he should play. So watch and monitor that. Also happening for the 49ers, a little good news, I guess, for these guys. I've never seen a team get so obliterated, and they're 3-0. I mean, they're 3-0 with all of these injuries.
Yes.
Bananas, man. Yeah. But we're looking at Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, now with the 49ers. He's going to join the team after serving his 3-game suspension. He's probably like, man, I'm glad I had that 3-game vacation because
Seriously.
it's a bath out there. So he gets to come in healthy. Interesting. All right, what are you doing with Demarcus Robinson? I mean, is he a must pick up on the waiver wire? He's certainly on the waiver wire at this point.
Definitely.
Is
Guys,
must pick up?
Yeah, pick him up. You can get him dirt cheap. This is not somebody that you need to spend 10% or 5% of your fab dollars. No. Guys, put a couple bucks on, and if you get him, great. Because here's the deal. Juwan Jennings is in and out of the lineup. You have Ayuk, who's still banged up, right? George Kittle's still on IR. Really, it's just CMC. And guys, what we're seeing from Ricky Pearsall with him getting pretty much the lion's share of the load is it's been great. So you add in a guy like Demarcus Robinson who has the ability to get open down the field, and knowing Brock Purdy's coming back, guys, this could be really good stuff. We could see some fantasy value coming from Demarcus Robinson. So don't be afraid. Throw a couple dollars on him. Pick him up if you're in a fab type of auction setting.
All right, another guy coming back from suspension here, guys. Jordan Addison, wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, served his 3-game suspension and should be good to go for week 4. What kind of implications are you seeing here with adding Addison into this offense here, Frank?
I'm super excited to see Addison in this offense. I think it's going to take some heat off JJ. I think we'll see JJ open up a bit. But this could have some issues with TJ Hawkinson, especially now with what we're seeing with JJ McCarthy kind of being in and out, being banged up. Obviously, we're seeing some backup play with Carson Wentz, who looked okay, but Carson Wentz was certainly looking at Hawkinson to the tune of 6 targets, 5 receptions, 49 yards, and a tud. Guys, with Jordan Addison coming back now, what do we see from that standpoint? Do we go back to seeing Hawkinson have 3 targets, 1 reception for 12 yards? Do we see him have 3 targets for 2 receptions for 25 yards? Guys, and I'm not just throwing these out. These are real, actual numbers that he's been doing. And so for me, man, I'm super excited to see Jordan Addison. Temper expectation with Hawkinson. I would give Hawkinson probably another 2 weeks, 3 weeks to actually see how he's going to be incorporated with that of Addison, etc. And also seeing that Jordan Mason absolutely popping, going crazy. He's everything and then some that they wanted for a lead back. And so do we see them kind of shift to just more of that run first type of play, which then could kind of hinder both Hawkinson and that of Addison? So guys, there's a lot up in the air with some of these receivers that we haven't seen this year so far, finally getting some PT, and now we got to see how this unfolds.
Guys, I would try to move Hawkinson. If you're in a league that, they don't know that Addison's coming back, Hawkinson, it's not like he's lighting the scoreboard up here, man. I mean, he had 3 catches on 4 targets in week 1, 1 catch on 3 targets in week 2. That's all without Addison.
Yep.
Okay, we're adding another target monster into this offense. Last week, 5 catches on 6 targets, 49 yards and a tutty, 13 points. In fantasy, guys, I would try to move him. It's a tight end. You can stream tight ends. Try to get a piece. Try to get a flex piece or something for it if there's somebody willing to do that. But I'm going to make some offers out there and see if there's anybody interested, man. You never know. Yeah. All right, a couple players to watch here, guys. Not a lot of info on them, but they did have some injuries, and we got to check out their status. Jatavion Sanders, tight end for the Panthers, injured his ankle in the 4th quarter, did not return. Xavier Legette still out with a hamstring. Pay attention to that as well. Colston Loveland left the game, didn't return with a hip injury. Okay, if he's going to be out, Cole Kmet immediately has some serious value. He's been playing well even with Colston on the field too. So yeah, his targets will go way up here. A couple of guys in concussion protocol here. Zay Jones, Noah Fant, Alec Pierce, all in concussion protocol. Watch their status. Diami Brown left the game with a shoulder injury. Xavier Worthy, watch his status. He could play this week, guys. I think he was real close to playing in week 3. So
he was.
Could bode well for week 4 for him here, guys. Also, a little news on Jaden Reed. Expected to be out until November after successful surgeries, plural, fractured collarbone and fractured left foot. So they were just like, hey, man, while you're in there, pop the hood open and, see if you do an oil change, rotate the tires. What else you got going on in there?
Look at that new air filter, why don't you? And just, kind of massage some things out. Yeah.
Oh, is that Deshaun? Was that Deshaun massaging?
Yeah,
what kind of massaging are we doing here? Okay. Been a while since we pulled that one out, All right. Speaking of the Packers receivers here, Christian Watson, been out for a number of weeks, but he's expected to return to practice after week 4. Just interesting. Try to get a little bit ahead of the waiver wire on this, guys. Might be a guy you might want to pull up here because Jaden Reed is going to be out till at least November, it's looking like. All right, that is the news. Football is back, baby. Yes, it is. And Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing Underdog is so easy, guys. Just pick whether you want your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on all kinds of stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, so much more.
Listen up. This week on Underdog, guys, I'm looking at 2 particular players. The first is James Cook versus the Saints, and we're looking at higher than 0.5 of a touchdown. So what does that mean? He's just got to score a touchdown, and we're going to pair that with that Josh Jacobs at the Cowboys. And guess what? We're also going for higher than 0.5 of a rushing and or receiving touchdown. So we're looking for touchdowns from James Cook and Josh Jacobs to round us out.
Sounds like a lock to me, Frankie. I love it. Download the app today and sign up with promo code FRANKLY to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code FRANKLY. Millions of fans have won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 46736. All right, Frankie, let's take a look at the week 4 ahead here. Week 4 coming up on us here. Wonder what week 4 is going to look like. It's not going to be a liar. It's not going to be that dangerous. Hopefully, please, God, don't let it be a
Bath.
No more. We're good here. Hey, we got a game in Ireland this week, Frankie. All right. Top of the morning to you. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go. Get up in the morning. Get your coffee. You don't even need to put on your PJs. Just lay in bed and watch this one, guys.
Get a pint of Guinness. Oh, that was bad.
Get a point.
There we go. I needed that.
Get a point.
Get a point Guinness. That was pretty good. That's a blend. There's something there.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I don't know. That's somebody whose mom is Irish and dad is from the UK, where it's like they don't really like each other and get along.
Each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, let's look at this Ireland game, man. Love Dublin. We got the Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, Jekyll and Hyde for the Steelers right now, eh? I mean, week 2, they seem to look great. Week 3, kind of came back down to earth. What are we doing here, Frank? What do you think about these guys?
Guys, here's the deal. You got to fire up Jaylen Warren. I think that he is absolutely the number 1 option for this Steelers offense. I mean, from a receiving perspective, from a rushing perspective, right now he's doing it all, and he has been pretty damn excellent. When you look at DK Metcalf, man, and I got to call this out, he's a guy I'm nervous about this week. When we see what Minnesota's defense is doing, and I apologize, I forget the cornerback's name, but their top cornerback who had 2 of the pick sixes this past week, he's the first time in NFL history to have a perfect PFF rating following a game of 99.9. And I want to repeat that. That is the gentleman that is going up. That's the player that's going to be probably over top of that at DK Metcalf, who just had a 99.9 rating NFL history on PFF. And then when you look at what DK is doing, John, it's concerning. And I say that because is he getting a shit ton of targets? No. When we were talking about his target share and what we thought was going to happen, it could certainly still happen, but we haven't really seen it, man, from what Aaron Rodgers was able to do with Devontae and that of Garrett Wilson, right, when he was at the Jets. We haven't seen that translate for DK. It's actually been Jaylen Warren. And the reason why I'm harping on DK, man, last week, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 32 yards and a touchdown. Week 2, 6 targets, 3 receptions, 20 yards and a touchdown. Guys, had he not had those touchdowns in week 2 and in week 3, his stat line is terrible. We're talking not even remotely close to a startable asset from fantasy football perspective. So, man, this is a very risky start, in my opinion, to roll out there with DK Metcalf this week.
You're talking about the number 1 defensive scoring IDP player in fantasy football. If you're playing with defensive players, guys, you're talking about Isaiah Rodgers.
Thank you, Isaiah Rodgers. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly who it is.
Yeah, 2 defensive touchdowns this week. I mean, just the guy was insane.
Unbelievable.
He was incredible. Yeah, I love it. All right, let's look at the Chargers and the Giants. All right, we got breaking news here,
Whoa.
Frankie. Why don't you lay it out for us? Chargers, Giants. What are we going to see this week, baby?
We're going to see Dart. We're going to see Dart throwing some darts. And what I mean by that,
That's right.
Breaking news. Again, we record this, guys, on Tuesday. We typically drop it Tuesday night, Wednesday. So it just happened that Russ, his cooking is done. He's putting the pans away, and we're bringing out Jackson Dart. And what this means to me, man, we were just talking about it, of that young core. Yes, this is kind of throwing him to the fire against the Chargers. No question about it. But damn, sometimes there's sparks that happen when there's no expectation, when they have no film on this guy, right? Being the Chargers with that of Jackson Dart. So, man, I'm super excited to see this kid with Malik Neighbors and that of Cam freaking Scattaboo, baby, running all over the damn place. But, man, here's the other thing. I'm super excited to see Omarion Hampton. So we could actually see these 2 top-tier rookie running backs. There's a storyline here, man. Top 2 rookie running backs getting to go at each other like crazy. You got Jackson Dart starting. You got Justin Herbert, who's on an MVP prowess right now, going crazy. And then you have Keenan Allen. You have him back from the dead, who we've talked about quite a bit. Quentin Johnston looking fantastic. Laddie kind of being that 3rd receiver in the mix. Man,
let's talk about Laddie real quick. Let's talk about Laddie real quick, man. I mean, I ended up taking him because he fell to me. I was worried about Laddie this year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even expecting Keenan Allen to be a thing at all. And I was worried about Laddie. Laddie's the 3rd target leader on the team. I mean, he's the number 3 receiver on this team right now. I'm trying to move him, Frank. I'm trying to move Laddie. No touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, he's fine. He's okay. But what was he, 2nd round, 3rd round pick for you?
Yeah.
Not returning that value right now.
No way.
That's for damn sure. I'm trying to move him. Without an injury to Keenan Allen or Quentin Johnston, I think it's going to be these 3 guys, and they're all probably going to get, on a good day, like 50 yards each. And you just got to hope one of them scores, you know? I mean, they're really, and Justin Herbert's spreading the ball around so well. But yeah, I'm in one of those modes where, you know, if Laddie can get a touchdown, I am going to try to move him. Yeah. I am going to try to move him. All right, let's keep moving here. Cincy versus Denver. Oh, shit, Frank. I mean, Tee Higgins, man, 2 targets last week. Tee Higgins, where the hell is he? Where is he?
He gone.
Yeah, what are you doing here, man?
I mean, guys, really, and I know this is nuts. For me, it's Jamar Chase. You're starting him. You probably have to start Chase Brown. I hate the matchup. Guys, this is not a great matchup by any means.
No.
And, I mean, what Denver's defense has the ability to do to that offensive line, it could be we could see another Minnesota type of game. I'm not saying 2 defensive touchdowns and all this other shit. I'm saying, though, it could be another 3 turnovers for Denver's defense, and then they just run the ball. So, man, I don't know. I'm not really liking anybody other than Chase. I know Jamar Chase. I know that Chase Brown and I know that Tee Higgins, you more than likely need to start him based on your roster construction this early. But, guys, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's in Denver. They're favored by 7.5 of the 44.5 over-under. If you're in a shallow league, guys, you're in a 10-team league, I'm looking for a different option than Chase Brown. You know, if you've got, even in a 12-team league, if you've got some other options, I mean, you know, would you start Javonte Williams over Chase Brown this week?
Yes.
Yeah, this week I absolutely would. ETN, I'm starting over Chase Brown.
Definitely.
J.K. Dobbins on the same game.
Definitely.
I'm starting over Chase Brown. You know, I mean, that's a deep one there. Jalen Warren, I'm starting over Chase Brown. Jordan Mason, Cam Scattaboo.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on, man. I mean, yeah, find another replacement if you can. Highly recommend that.
And John, from Tee Higgins' standpoint, real quick, I mean, I'm starting Michael Pittman Jr. over him, which is crazy to even say. I'm starting Cortland Sutton over him. I'll even take it a step further, man. I'm starting Ricky Pearsall. I'm starting Ricky Pearsall over Tee Higgins this week.
Oh, okay. What about Trey Tucker? You going to stay in the Flames? I mean, that's something people may see. I mean, he 3 touchdowns last week, 4 touchdowns, you know, in 3 games.
It's
what do you think? Tough. Is it a little too risky?
I think it's a little
about the targets. We need to see consistent targets.
Yes, I need to see another game of consistent targets, even if it's a modest stat line. That's okay. I just need to see him demanding the rock, right? And if that happens, guys, get ready. It's going to be Trey Tucker show this year.
All right. Carolina at the Patriots. How about the Carolina Panthers last week? I mean, we talked about this game should have been fantasy gold.
Yeah.
Falcons and Panthers. And I mean, really? Was it a goose egg for the Falcons?
It was.
I mean, what in the hell? 30-0?
30-0.
I mean,
30-0.
What in the hell was that, man? So what are you doing with this game?
I mean, for this particular game, when we're looking at the Carolina Panthers and the Pats, I mean, T-Mac has got to be a guy that you're firing up no matter what. And then also, man, I mean, got to be Chuba Hubbard. He's looking pretty decent. I mean, he hasn't been super crazy. He hasn't been super bad. He's been right in the middle, but I really kind of like where he's at for an RB2 standpoint, especially with all these injuries. So you got to fire up Hubbard. But from the Pats' perspective, man, it's wild from their running back situation. I mean, Trevion Henderson had to have hooked up with Vrabel's kid or something, or his wife or something. I mean, what is going on? Give the dude the lion's share of the load. Like, I get that he had the most rushing attempts this particular week, but that was solely because of Ramondre fumbling multiple times and Antonio Gibson fumbling, that they eventually then were just like, yeah, go ahead. You can be the feature back. Moving forward, you got to see Trevion get more reps. This is crazy, man. Top tier talent. So if we actually get notified this week that he will see an uptick, guys, I'm starting Trevion this week. I'm starting him, and I want to see how this pans out.
Every week his snap shares ticked up. It was almost 50-50 last week, which, you know, is fantastic to see. Ramondre, he's a fumble away from sitting the bench and Trevion getting the full load. So, yeah, I like it. Are you saying you'd fire Trevion Henderson up this week? Going to be that bold?
Yes, I am. So here's the deal. In one of our leagues, John, in the 14 team, it's a super deep league. I am actually going to be starting Trevion Henderson over that of Calvin Austin. And that's how deep these benches are, guys. I know I'm throwing out just ridiculous names, but the reality is, man, I mean, Calvin Austin last week, I mean, he had a pretty damn good showing. Had another touchdown on the board, ended up finishing with 5 targets, 3 receptions, touchdown, and 34 yards. But man, when you're playing, it's just tough. When you are playing the defenses that they're going to be playing from the Steelers' perspective, but then in addition, when you're looking at, okay, does Trevion see an uptick? I love the Carolinas matchup a bit more. I'm rolling with that. So for me, man, yeah, I'm willing to start Trevion Henderson in deep leagues.
I love T-Mac this week too, guys. Start Tedoroa McMillan. Loving him this week. Our Green Bay at Dallas. Okay, Green Bay's going to come back with a vengeance.
They're going to be pissed.
They're going to be super pissed. Yeah, they're going to come back with a vengeance here. And that Dallas defense, I just don't think is going to be able to stop them. So I love all the options with Green Bay. What are we doing with Dallas? We talked about it a little bit, but is that it? Those 2 guys?
Yeah, man. I'm rolling with Ferguson, Pickens, and if you have to, you got to start Javonte. But let me tell you, remember, Micah Parsons has had this game circled since he's been traded. This could be bad news for that offense, for the Dallas Cowboys, even without CeeDee Lamb. Even if CeeDee Lamb was in, this is not a good game for Dallas just because of the emotion. So yes, level set expectation. But guys, from the Packers standpoint, Josh Jacobs is going to return to form. Don't worry about the 30 yards. He's going to have a bonkers kind of day, in my personal opinion. Tucker Kraft, if he's playing, you got to fire him up. But John, we are starting to see Matthew Golden get involved a little bit, man. It was good to see that, so I'm rolling out Matthew Golden this week. Either if due to injuries in deep leagues, if you need a flex piece, he could be very.
All right, the Bears are going out to Vegas here, Frankie. This is a weird one for me. This one looks extremely unpredictable, even to Vegas itself. Over-under's 48.5, and the Raiders are favored by 1.5. After what we've seen out of the Bears, that's a little surprising to me. I mean, what are you doing fantasy-wise with this game?
Well, I think let's start with the Raiders. Guys, if you have had Ashton Genty, you have been miserable. You have been miserable, pissed, everything in between, knowing you drafted him first, second round. And here's what's interesting, though. Some good positive vibes coming to you guys that have Genty. The Chicago Bears have given up in every single week so far this year over 100 yards rushing each particular game. So this week, Ashton Genty should be able to finally eclipse 64 total yards in one game. That's how bad he's been. Now, here's the other interesting thing. I was digging into some of the stats. Ashton Genty has also been hit and or met at the line by a defensive player in over 50% of his snaps. So guys, he doesn't have the room right now to even remotely get the job done. This will be the week, in my personal opinion, that we'll see.
They need to get creative.
Yeah.
They need to get creative and get him the ball in space because he looks good. It's not that he is bad. It's just he's not getting the opportunity. It's the play calls. It's the blocking scheme. He's just getting met at the line of scrimmage on half his plays. I mean, nobody can get.
No, and even if it's 19
Derrick Henry struggles with shit like that. Yeah. But he looks good. So this is the week. You're saying fire him up and love it?
I'm saying fire him up and love it.
Right. Like that. We talked about Trey Tucker here. We'd like to see a little bit more. If you have to play him, you can. But I would wait and see what kind of targets he's getting this week.
Yep.
And Rome Odunze is just a goddamn hater.
Fire him.
I'll hear it out. All right, let's take a look at Cardinals backfield here. We talk about Trey Benson. Are you nervous about Marv? The receivers for the Cardinals, man, they're just killing Kyler Murray. Trey McBride's been fantastic.
Amazing.
Tight end 1 right now. Great. Roll him out. Love it. But Jesus Christ, what's going on with Marv? Do you play him?
John, I think he's broken. I think he has the yips, and I mean that. Like, I think there's something mentally wrong. And because he has all of the talent and then some. We've seen it. We've seen it firsthand. But man, it's a problem. And to your point, it is affecting Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray's hitting him wide the fuck open. And he's just dropping these passes. We're hitting him in the red zone or end zone, and he's dropping these touchdowns. So for me, man, I think I'm probably on the fence of even starting him this week. I think you got to sit him, especially against the Seattle defense. Now, we could see all of this be squashed, right? In terms of he's going to have the bounce back like he had in week 1. He was a badass. He looked really good. And then he had, a couple rough starts, and now he's prime time. Now it's time to get everything going. This is a divisional rival. It's time to make it happen. We could see that, certainly. But it would be really shitty if you rolled him out there and he's rolling in with a 3-reception, 30-yard, and you're counting on him for more. So it's going to be a tough start.
Really tough game Thursday night versus Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be tough here. Seattle's playing extremely well.
Very well ball.
I don't know if they're going to have much of an answer for Kenneth Walker III. Like KW3, I think is going to have a fantastic. Watch for a huge boom game. This could be one of those weeks where you wake up on Friday morning, you're playing against Kenneth Walker, and you go, "Oh my God, Thursday night, I got a huge deficit to come back with." Just mark my words. That's Johnny's prediction going into Thursday night football here, guys. All right, well, last game we want to take a look at here, Frankie, it's the Jags at the 49ers. Jags, we haven't talked about Liam Cohen.
No.
It's because I don't know what to think about the Jags team right now. Talk to me a little bit about it. I'm confused. A little Confucius over here. I'm
super confused, man. They're 2-1, And it's like they were almost 3-0, but they're also really bad. And it's just kind of like, what is going on? Like Trevor Lawrence has been down. BTJ is dropping passes and doesn't look right. Travis Hunter's droppable in fantasy, or he's sittable for sure in fantasy. Yeah. And outside of Brendan Strange and Travis Etienne, guys, there's not much else right now that's there. So for me, man, yeah, you fire up. You have to. I get it. I'm also having to start Brian Thomas Jr. this week in one league. It's miserable. It's not good. He has to figure this out. Something's got to break. And also, if Mac Jones would have played, there would have been a little bit of some rivalry shit happening, right? Because he was a backup for Trevor Lawrence, and then he came over to the 49ers, right? But it looks like it's going to be Purdy, things of that nature. So for me, guys, I think you got to roll out ETN. You got to play him. You got to start Brendan Strange. And I think you got to start BTJ just where you draft him at this point in time, but it's not great.
He had a big play, but he had a lot of drops too.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have had a much better week for you last week, but he had some drops there, man, which he does tend to do. That was a little bit of a trend last year as well. So it's really interesting. I think ETN's going to be the guy in the Jags, no question about it.
Yeah.
And then CMC. I think he's going to be running back one this week. That Jacksonville defense is not going to be able to stop CMC.
No.
I don't even think it's going to be on the ground. I think it's going to be through the air. I think it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So enjoy CMC this week, guys. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, that is the show for the day and the week. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, please follow us on social media. Get into the conversation. We do this show once a week, but really where we're at, guys, it's on social media. Yeah. It's Instagram and it's TikTok. Check out the YouTube Reels as well, but it's Frankly Fantasy Football. And don't forget on YouTube, guys, please. Everywhere audio is found. I know you guys listen. We see all the stats. Join us on YouTube.
It's a good
Come on in, guys. Yeah. Click that notification bell. It's going to tell you every week when our episodes are coming out. Frankie, what do we have coming up?
Guys, you get ready. Strap in, because I'll tell you what, I'm dropping the top waiver wire picks. And of course, Fridays with Frankie. Guys, this was a really big Fridays with Frankie last week. I was able to give you guys some insights on where were some of the injuries, what was happening from that standpoint, who is going to be playing, who is going to be shut down, and what is happening from a weather standpoint. So guys, all of that good shit is coming at you on Friday. So get ready. You will see that across all social media platforms.
Give some love to our sponsors too, guys. You Definitely. Get some free shit out of it here. Yeah, check out rotobot.ai, the chat GPT of fantasy football. Frankie and I use it all the time. It's fantastic. You'll see that on our social media as well. Also, Underdog Fantasy Sports, guys. You can get your pick'ems in there. Again, you get $50 bonus on your first $5 bet. Fantastic. Wow. Check out Underdog, guys. We love it. All right, boys, let's do it. Let's have a great week. Wipe all that off you from the... Let's regroup. We got this. May the fantasy gods smile upon you.